Good morning, my Appa are back. Here's the plan. No changes. This is the plan more than any other that is bound to have something go wrong. But we're going to try not to make any changes today. They will, of course, be continuing with loads of walls inside the house. They will, of course, be continuing with the swimming pool, and they will, of course, be continuing with the west wall. Yeah, so something will go wrong. We'll kick off today, slightly unusually, over here in the workshop. Early this morning, I saw a boatload of columns and beams being carried up towards the west wall. I know I have mentioned this occasionally, but without a solid crew here creating all of this steelwork, your build's going to struggle. These guys, they are churning out so much rebar, it's incredible. And typically there are only just the two of them here recently. So, kudos to the metalwork team. Inside the house. So, nothing new right here just yet, but that wall at the back end of the stairs will be going. Something I did ask about this morning, because I was intrigued, was why were the walls all stopping a little bit short of the roof? So there, and in fact any wall you look at. Very simply, they're waiting for a particular drill bit so they can drill into the slab above and connect everything. Simple. Lots more work here on walls. Oh, you're going to keep hearing that all day. So here we are at the small downstairs bathroom. It is, with the exception of the bathroom in the helpers area, it is the only bathroom downstairs. And we did, during the design phase, we did struggle with where this might go. And in the end, here we are, just off the back or the side of the sunroom. And it's about as central as we could make it. And it is, of course, not central at all, but that's as central as we could go. Over there, we've got the wall between the sunroom and the corridor that takes people down away from the kitchen towards the laundry and the helper's room and the dirty kitchen. There's work going on the wall in the helper's room. And I think there is some also going on in the pantry. I said yesterday there would no longer be a wall of glass here. And we're starting to see what that means. I still don't know entirely what that means, but clearly these walls that are going up just here, that Rommel's putting up, are reducing the size of that glass to try to help us reduce the risk of typhoon damage. And singing Marvin, who's stopped as soon as I switched on the camera, working on the wall in the spa area, along with Richard, one of the Richards. Again, there is, on that wall where Marvin is now, there is only a small window up at the top to help to create the privacy that a spa should have. The swimming pool has more standing water in it now than it did yesterday. There's been no rain. So I guess when you don't run the pump for a while, this water does start to fill up again. Two questions came up. Well, one I raised, in fact maybe both of them, I can't remember, but basically when we have to drain this pool, the plan is now to run piping all the way from here down towards the road behind me. Not quite sure where that water goes then, because there's no main sewer system, but I guess it just gets dumped out across as big an area as possible at the front. And the second one was, what are these two columns, and I'll put arrows on them later, that have no tie beam running across or up and down the pool? Basically, they will not have any more tie beams connected. They are simply connected into the tie beam at the base of the concrete hollow block, just to give it that extra bit of stability. And the focus here so far this morning is all on the sunken seating area. Don't know how high this is going to go. Obviously needs to be high enough so the water doesn't come whooshing in, but we will have to wait and see how high they go. So here is where some of that shed load of tie beam is being installed. The first section of the intermediate tie beam, which Webb is working on. Well, I was wrong yesterday. I thought this trench was dug. Still work going on, but they have removed that last big remaining tree stump. So a little bit more work to be done here. Then they will be putting in more of the base tie beam, more of the columns. Well, columns, I guess there's another, 3 to go till we get to the corner. But this is what I mean about lots of metalwork, and this isn't all of it by any means that's lying around here. So they will, I'm sure, finish digging that trench this morning, and they'll probably finish putting in the columns and the base tie beams all the way down to the corner. That will be my guess. Here back on the wall, if you can hear me, they have got the columns. One more to go to get right to the corner. And I think beams are almost all the way, most of the way along. Hard to see from this angle how far the wall has come. We'll have to go and look from a different direction. Well, I can't actually tell, without going back to yesterday's video, whether we've gone any further. The concrete colour, if I look behind me, is kind of the same all the way along. It is very hot today, so this could be new today, and it's just dried the concrete very fast. I suspect they've been focused pretty much exclusively on the base tie beam. So maybe we have not got any further here. We are past the corner of the fish pond, but maybe that's where we were yesterday. Well, here's something new. We have had no rain for a very long time. It is hot as heck today, so it has become very, very sandy here. The surface of the earth here gets very, very sandy. So the plan is dump a shed load of water everywhere, damp it down, see if it helps temporarily. It won't help the guys in the swimming pool as this water filters down into the water table, but generally speaking, over here, they have been working at the shallower end where water is not really an issue right now. So here's my cunning plan to make sure that today's plan doesn't go wrong. I'm going to look at the house. I can go towards the house, but not too close. But I can't talk to the engineer. It's not allowed. And he's walking towards me, so I've got to stop him. But we're going to have a look inside in a moment. So I think under the circumstances, I'll just wander around the outside and point the camera in. So, kitchen, looking from the front of the house. That's the size of window we're going to end up with. Looks pretty good to me. I was wondering whether we might be a little wider than that, but I will stick to the plan of not talking to the engineer, so no changes will be made. Let's walk around on the north side. So again, starting with the kitchen, window here, quite a big door here. I think it's actually a double door. Moving along. Next little wall is the pantry. Then the laundry room just here. So it's got doors on both sides. Followed by the helper's room. Followed by the dirty kitchen. So the engineer did just ask me about whether we can continue with some of these other walls where windows are not yet decided, and I said, no, hold on. Let's try and get some renderings first so that we're not just guessing based on blueprints, we're getting something we can actually visualize a little bit better. Right, we'll go around to another side. Looking along here on the south side, there's nothing particularly new here. The walls, first for the dining room, and then for the home theatre room, there's been no extension on this side of the house for those walls just yet. So this is looking from the west, or at the west end of the house. So again, this is back to the gym and spa area. So this wall has gone onwards and upwards. And we continue along here, which is still the gym area. So now it looks like we will have a window here and a large window here, and across to the patio, and behind it the sunroom. Not anything developing there just yet, but over here from this side now you can see a little bit more that they've done for the bathroom that's going to be here. Behind it the helper's room, looking from this angle. Nothing new, or there's a little bit new I think on the dirty kitchen, maybe. And then go back that way, that's basically the wall down into the main kitchen area. Well, here we've got a little circular fortress. So those concrete hollow blocks are now at the height, or no, just above the height of the pool itself, and still going higher. Not sure if that's the last level. I suspect it is, given that on this side you might be able to make out there's kind of 1/3 of a layer of concrete hollow block, and moving around this way as the land elevation changes, there's one less layer. It doesn't have that 1/3, and even the top level has been cut down a little bit. So I'm guessing this is about as high as it goes. The day is done. I've got a few things to deal with today, so this is a little tiny bit shorter. Starting here back at the west wall, where they have not extended the wall itself any further. You can't see it because it's behind this banana plant. But what they have done is they have got columns all the way to the end, except for the one right in the corner. They have the tie beam in all the way to the corner. Well, I think all the way to the corner, or if not, minus one section. And it is concreted to within 1.5 sections. Now, Graham's Cebu Philippines said in a comment today, talked about the never-ending boundary wall. So I thought, all right, competition time. In the comments, given that this is day 98, in the comments, put your build day number for when all of the concrete hollow block and the top tie beam for the entire property is done. Bear in mind, from that corner, we have to go behind this house, probably 50 meters, a little bit more, and then come back across and join up over there, just in front of the neighbour's house, where we've got one section done. So, how many more days before you think we're going to be done? Stick a number in the comments. The winner will get the magnificent knowledge that they won in a global competition on an enormously tiny YouTube channel, and they'll get named, of course. Just to give you a different angle, looking into roaring sunshine, so it's very much in shadow, I will try and highlight it so you can make out that penultimate column that's sticking out over there. You will have no concept of perspective and distance, but this is the bit they've got to complete to this corner and across to there. I will be the first, and I'm going to say Day 128. Off you go. The swimming pool appears to have less standing water. Earlier on, when I was talking about the fact that we were dumping water all over the surface of mainly where the kind of road is through the property, I said we wouldn't be doing them any favours. But then actually, we're only pumping that water from a well that is behind me, about 100 yards away, 100 metres away. And then we're just dumping it back on the surface. And in fact, some of it we're dumping quite a long way away from here. So we might have done them a small favour. Anyway, they were digging away. I noticed they did add some gravel in parts. I don't think there was too much more activity over here. Focus seemed to be, sorry, dizzy pills, mostly down here towards the deeper end. So it was a good day for the pool today with that tower being built. At the house, more concrete hollow block went in along this side of the gym and spa. So it now appears as though there will only be those 2 tall windows from the gym, which will still give a bit of a nice view of areas of the pool anyway. And I think we've got to make sure that the window that goes either here, or I think there'll be one near the top on the opposite side, we need to make sure that those windows can be opened to follow up on Paul Gannon's comment that we need to allow airflow. This small bathroom, loads more concrete hollow block. The powder area, which I assume will have a wash basin, or is it just a table to apply powder? More hollow block here. The pantry, more hollow block. The laundry room, a lot more hollow block. The helper's room, including this small bathroom, more hollow block. And on this side, nothing else here. We're looking north. A little more over here for the home theatre room. Right, that's it. Day 98, done and dusted. Do stick your comments in for the Finish That Wall competition. Trust me, I have no inside information, so whatever number I put in there means nothing. I did not spend any time thinking about it, calculating it. You might want to spend a little more time having a ponder on it. Please do, put a number in. Think of that fame and glory. Right, see you tomorrow.